Yo, what's good, y'all? Welcome this week's episode of Talks with TVBOO. Welcome this week's episode of the podcast. Hope you're having a great week, and I appreciate y'all being here, man. I really do. I really appreciate everybody who listens to this show. It's a hard thing to get people to listen to. It's like, hey, you want to listen to two DJs talk? But we got a great fucking guest today. One of my favorite people in the scene, makes some of the best music out there. Every single time this guy sends me a song, I'm like, fuck, man, I got to get back in the studio and get better because this is the best shit I've ever heard. He also has an amazing story. The grind is real. The struggle is real. And I like hearing shit about that. You know what I'm saying? Growing up, getting over it, rubbing some dirt on it, and get to fucking, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to let this episode get to it. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Sully. Welcome, brother.
Thank you.
Hey.
Hey.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
It's good to see you, dude.
Good
Cheers.
to see you, too.
Cheers to you,
man.
dude. Cheers to
Cheers
you.
to New Orleans.
Cheers to New Orleans, man. I love this fucking place.
It's the best.
So, yeah, we're about to go eat some crawfish right after this podcast.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, we are. I've never been to a boil. The only time I've ever done crawfish cooking is at this place in Michigan. It's called Hysteria, and I just, like, caught a bunch with my friend. Maybe, and when I say a bunch, yeah, like, handpicked them.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, because that was really the only, and like little nets and stuff too.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We probably caught 40 total, and I imagine that the keep is a lot bigger here.
Yeah. That's still pretty good though for like out there in Michigan. You did that.
Yeah.
That's pretty good out there in Michigan. I didn't know y'all had them.
Yeah, I don't like honestly. I've never seen them in Michigan other than on that river. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. My dad, he used to live in this trailer park, and it was actually fucking so much fun when we were kids, dude. Because like, whenever you're a kid and you're like living in a trailer, it's not that big of a deal because you're like, you know, like, oh, we get to hang out. We're all close.
Yeah.
We all lived in, like, me, my sister, and my brother used to sleep in the loft upstairs. We thought it was the coolest thing when we were kids.
Yeah.
But there was this pond right across the street, and it was just covered up. Covered, dude. And so that we'd, like, there'd be weekends or weekdays where the whole neighborhood, like the whole park, we'd all just start picking, just have a giant ass bowl.
That's fun. That's sick.
Yeah.
Like a whole neighborhood gathering.
Yeah.
It's like gathering at the neighborhood pool, but you're gathering at the neighborhood
gathering
pond.
of the juggalos, but it's just, you know, white trash people who aren't juggalos. They probably are, actually, that I think about it. They probably all are juggalos. Like if you go into their house, it's just a bunch of juggalo memorabilia.
Yeah. Oh man. So tour. Yeah.
Dude, I want to keep talking about crawfish.
Okay.
Because this is a fun topic.
Okay.
I haven't had a batch this bowl. I haven't had any this season. There's a season for it.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah. Anything that ends with ER. Like burr, don't eat. So, you know, now we're good.
Yeah.
We're good Gucci bandana to eat some crawfish. And where we're going, my buddy Sharky's house, they were telling me they were gonna put ramen in the boil. And that I've never done it. But I'm thinking about it because my mouth is watering so much right now, dude. Because think about like,
I got a funny story about ramen after this.
Okay, so like you think about like the bowl for a crawfish, like the seasonings you just can't beat.
Yeah,
good.
I've never done anything like that. I literally boiled them and ate them. That's it.
Oh wow!
So
dude.
I don't even know anything about it.
I'm so
tonight
happy.
is going to be like a ritual for me.
I'm so happy right now.
I've
we
never
could do this,
experienced it.
dude. But yeah, the last time they put edamame in it, and I was like, that's genius. But then they're like, yeah, we're gonna put ramen in it. And I'm like, that's fucking genius.
Yeah.
It's like
I wonder what kind of ramen. Like, is it gonna be like
just like the noodle? I'd imagine.
Like in the packets or like real ramen?
I'd imagine it's probably just like noodles without the seasoning. You just use the crawfish seasoning.
Yeah.
Imagine like crawfish flavored ramen noodles.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
That's gangster.
It's gangster.
I'd fuck with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, your ramen store, go for it.
All right. So this was actually 3 weeks ago. And me and my girlfriend, we've been trying.
Shout out Joey.
Yes, shout out Joey.
Lovely woman.
Yeah, she's great.
Yeah,
and
she's fantastic.
we've been trying this thing this last few months where, we're trying new recipes and, so on and so forth.
Do more cooking at home stuff.
Yeah. And like, we're really trying to like, not eat out as much and cook new meals. Because like before these last couple months, it's just been spaghetti, tacos, steaks. Like
I love all of them things.
All good, but I want to try something eccentric.
Have you ever been with like a man?
No.
Okay, that's pretty eccentric. There we go.
But anyway, so I tried and cook ramen, and it was fucking horrible. It was the worst thing I've ever tasted or made in my life. Because I didn't know, like you think of, you go to a nice ramen restaurant.
I ain't never eaten real ramen.
Oh, really?
Just packets.
Oh, it's good.
I ain't never had real ramen.
Dude, this was actually so bad. So first off, I cooked the wrong kind of noodle. Traditionally, I think you're supposed to use an egg noodle.
Yeah, and I even know that.
I just went to the Asian cuisine section of the store and picked up the first noodles I saw.
Gotcha.
And I was like, this is ramen. This is good. And it was not ramen. It was a rice noodle. And like rice noodle, the thing with the reason why like ramen is so good and like with the traditionally use an egg noodle is because you only have to cook it for like 2 or 3 minutes. So I'm sitting over here boiling these rice noodles for like 10, 15 minutes like I would, spaghetti or whatever.
Yeah.
Like and it just came out all soggy and mushy and gross. And I was like, okay, maybe I can save it with the broth. Fucked up there too. So I didn't know that you had to use like real bone marrow and use like bones to really develop the broth over a course of like maybe a day or so. Ramen at restaurants, they're like kind of cultivating this broth over time with bones and and all these different herbs and stuff. And I just used fucking water and like threw in some like some like what I thought would make ramen good.
Bro, did you read anything before?
No, I didn't fucking read anything.
You're like, all right, I'm just gonna try.
Yeah, well, okay, so the reason I tried it the way I did was because I had this recipe from this guy on YouTube. His name's Sam the Cooking Guy. Okay. And he has a recipe
what a terrible name, but
dude, his channel is fire though.
I'm sure it's great, but what a
so good.
That's like if your first name was Sully and you named your project Sully. But yeah, continue.
You got me there. You did get me there. Okay.
I was about to use Jansen, but then I realized your name is Sully too.
No, that's fucking good. But he has a recipe in there that just uses like instant ramen noodles. And that's why that recipe tasted good. So I was like, okay, I'm going to try this recipe, but with real noodles and like try and make it more traditional. Yeah. And I just completely fucked it up. It's so bad. But I'm excited for crawfish ramen tonight. It's gonna be good.
Dude, I'm excited for it too. Sick. It sounds incredible, man. Mm-hmm. I'm so excited, man. Yeah. Like,
who are these buddies that we're meeting up with?
They live right down the street, man. Yeah, and they have the best bowls. There's actually they're doing a live stream. There's gonna be a bunch of music. They have the Dome Collective. They have this giant dome set up. They're gonna have it's gonna be a sick setup. They'll be doing some mapping and stuff.
Nice.
It's gonna be cool.
You said it's a stream thing?
Yeah, they're gonna be streaming some music. It's gonna be it's a house party.
Oh, okay.
And they're gonna be bowling some crawfish.
And it's downtown.
Yeah.
Downtown. Okay.
Not really. Sick. It's kind of downtownish. So, but yeah,
sick.
It's gonna be good.
Sick. I'm excited, man.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah. I'm excited too. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. But yeah, dude, how the fuck have you been, dude? How's Michigan treating you? How's the music going for you, dude? How the fuck is we just started off on this fucking crawfish tangent.
Well, we've been I've been raving over it all day since you told me.
Dude, I've been thinking about it all day too, man.
But things are good, man. I'm definitely excited about the music that's coming. Aside from music, I moved, for those of you that don't know me, I moved back from LA back to Michigan about a year ago and have this house and everything's great with me and my girlfriend, and her brother lives with us, which is fun and interesting. You met Jimmy.
I didn't know he lived. I thought it was just you and Joey.
Yeah, Jimmy moved in with us about 6 months ago or so.
Oh, word.
So
okay.
it's cool to have him there. I just became a godfather, which has been like the coolest shit in the world. And I'm not even a real dad yet, but just watching a kid grow up from I met her a couple days after she came out of the hospital, and to see her now, it's like it's what I look forward to most in the week is seeing her.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really cool.
That's beautiful. You just taking on like that responsibility of being a godfather.
I didn't even know I was gonna be, nominated the Godfather or anything like that.
Oh, that's bullshit. Then you didn't even know. It was a surprise.
So it's my buddy Doug, and Doug is Joey's best friend from growing up. They grew up a block away from each other or whatever it is, and they've been best friends. And then Selena, his girlfriend, since we moved back to Michigan, we've just hung out, every week and, bonded. And then they told us that they were pregnant about a year and a half ago. And, we just kept seeing them every week. And there are people. And yeah, so about, a couple months ago, they came over and gave us the Godfather and Godmother merch.
Oh,
so
wow.
I have a hoodie.
It's official.
With her footprints on the back, and it says the Happy Godfather on the front. So
that's fucking cute.
Yeah, I wore it I was playing a show that week, and I wore it to the show.
You gonna try to get her into some producing or music at some point?
Whatever she's into.
No, see, I disagree. I think you have to force. I think you have to force children to like stuff. My kid is going to be a basketball player. Now I know that there's no genes in my, there's no DNA in my genes that says he's going to be good at basketball, but he's going to be 6'6", and he's going to pretty much be Shaq. My son's going to be Shaq, whether he wants to or not.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
He could be the. I see him more as like a Steve Nash, like one of the best point guards ever, just dishing out assists.
Yeah, dude. Honestly, if I had a kid, man, what would your kid? If you just had to imagine what your kid would be like if you just had a person to do it off of celebrity wise, you can't use yourself.
That's nowhere near soon.
Okay, I know, me neither, but I'm just saying Bryce Mitchell from the UFC. You know him?
No.
Okay,
no.
Never mind.
See, I just started getting into UFC this last year.
Good times.
But it's entertaining. I really like it.
It's super fun.
See, I grew up playing soccer, so it would probably be I could pick so many. But I mean, I would hope he'd be as successful and whoa,
that was weird. If people were watching,
possessed in here.
People are watching the video. They're like, "What the fuck, dude? That shit's crazy."
That's cool.
Flashing. It's kind of cool, dude. I'm not gonna keep it going, dude. Sometimes at night, dude. I'm not kidding, right? I gotta be honest with you about something.
Yeah.
So the other day, I was just sitting in there working, and I felt something walk right past me.
Oh, okay.
And at night, the computer's off.
Yeah.
And sometimes they'll just turn on. I see the light in the hallway. Shit's weird, man. But I ain't scared of no ghosts, bro.
Yeah. No, you just become friends with them.
Dude, yeah, I mean, I would just have sex with it. You know what I mean? Is anybody... The thing about a ghost is, no one... Whatever, this will have to do.
Yeah.
You know what no one ever tries to do with a ghost?
What's that?
Shoot it.
Well,
no one ever. Can
you?
I don't know. Here's the thing about.
But also, but you've never seen it at the same time. Nobody tries because they just in the movies and stuff. Because
what's the ghost gonna do? A ghost gonna try to blow a door that's already kind of open, bro? I wish a ghost would try to blow me. No, man.
Did you do that just to get the ghost effect, or did that really just happen?
That really just happened. I'm not kidding. That literally just happened. I don't know how it happened either. And this light now looks horrible with what we're doing. So whatever, dude.
We look like we're in a wood cabin. Okay. There's a fire in front of us.
Oh, dude, then this is a vibe.
Yeah.
Okay.
It kind of looks nice.
Dude, you turned my whole
perspective.
My mindset, perspective, all that around.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, the thing about ghosts, no one ever tries to fight them. They get like a priest to come in and fucking, or they get possessed. No one tries to fight the ghost, shoot the ghost, or no one tries to fuck the ghost, right?
They need you to direct the next,
dude,
the next ghost story. That would be fucked up, dude. That'd be fucked. That'd be it would actually be horror, but it would have all your twists in it. I could just see that going. It'd be bad.
I feel like ghosts
good at the same time.
I feel like ghosts grab me, or I'm just walking out of my room with just a full-on boner. Where the fuck you at? You don't want this. I will fuck you.
You're just yeah, you don't bother me. You're actually you probably be like, you're turning me on right now.
Yeah, dude. Like, listen, quit touching my shoulder and touch my balls. You know what I'm saying? Like, play with my titties, bitch.
Oh, no.
All right, yeah, we're getting out of hand. We're getting out of hand real quick. I apologize.
We're talking about ghosts over here.
Yeah, we're talking about your goddaughter.
How did we even get to that? I don't even know how. Because of the
weird
light. I forgot
dude.
it was the light.
That shit was weird as hell.
I already forgot that even happened.
Yeah, I do want to bring up though. Fucking, lived in LA for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
How long were you out there?
3 years.
3 years, and you were living
And
with
some change.
3 years. You were out there with 9 people in a house, all producing.
Yeah,
just a big producer household. What was it like living? Because you lived with TVBOO, FN, some other people that I don't know.
Yeah.
How was it living with a bunch of producers like that?
It was. So the way it started was because there's kind of two phases of the LA experience. So I went out there to go to Icon Collective.
Yeah, I was going to want to talk about that too.
I graduated college and moved out there very shortly after, back in 2017. And I started 4th of July week in 2017. We had an apartment out there, and it was me, TVBOO, my girlfriend Joey, and Timur. I don't know if you've ever met Timur. Did you ever visit us in LA?
No.
No. Okay.
I didn't know y'all lived in LA.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, you wouldn't have even known us yet, except like over the internet.
Yeah, over the internet.
Oh, it was S-Fan that came and visited us.
Yeah.
They visited us in in
Don't
actually.
ever get me confused with S-Fam again.
Yeah.
Okay?
All right.
Fucking don't ever do that.
Anyway, so it was a 3-bedroom apartment, and there was 6 of us in there. Long story short, 5 or 6 of us, and at one time it was 6, and then it became 5. Like, one of our buddies moved back, and then after I graduated Icon, that was when I became friends with Effin, because he was a quarter ahead of me in Icon. And then there was another producer that goes by the name of Fetish. He's signed to...
that's a nice name.
I
like
knew
that
you'd
name.
like that name.
Yeah.
That's why I wanted to bring him up.
Cool.
But his last song is actually called Orgy. The one he literally just put it out.
Bro, what type of
The
music
pre-drop
does he make?
vocal is "Fuck the party, it's an orgy."
What?
I swear to God.
What
I swear to God.
What type of music does he make?
It's house. Yeah.
I love this guy.
Yeah,
I wanted it to be
you
house.
would love him. He's a good dude.
wanted it to be house. I
Yeah.
wanted it to be sexy house.
Yeah, no, that's literally his whole, he loves house music. It's his, that's always been his thing. And, he really has the Fetish brand just goes so well with house music for him. And his personality. If you know him, it's just it's perfect
Sexy.
for him.
I
Yeah,
love
he's
it.
into anime and,
Hentai too, yeah.
I don't know about that. But yeah, no, he's a great producer. So him, my buddy Nate, and he's also a producer. He just does behind the scenes stuff. Now I think he's in crypto or something.
Dude,
yeah.
A producer will fall off to do crypto. I've seen it happen.
But just a house full of talented people, and we were always pushing each other. And it was it looked like dorms, right? So you walk into the house, and it was a pretty big house. It was 1 story, but it was really long, and it looked like, if you looked down the hallway, it looked like just rooms on each side of the hallway, and looked like dorms.
Yeah.
And you would just be chilling in your dorm making a beat, and then I hear TVBOO making something way sicker than me, and Effin making something way sicker than me, and then that pushes you to make something cool too. So it was a really cool vibe, and I wouldn't have traded that experience for anything. And then during quarantine, I think none of us were getting sick of each other. Everything was great, but being locked up, nobody's traveling, we can't really go do our normal thing.
And you're in LA where it's super
there's
locked.
4 million people in one fucking city for some reason.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
And I'm not honestly a huge fan of LA after living there. I grew up with a cornfield in my backyard, so it's that I'm used to a big yard and all this shit. And so yeah, when we were kind of bottled up because of quarantine, it was me and my girlfriend were just starting to talk, and we're I feel like Michigan is kind of calling our name right now, get our own place, move back. And of course I just moved back in with my parents for 3 months and we didn't have our own place for a second, but
were your parents hey, what you doing, buddy?
Yeah, it was no, they were really helpful in the transition getting back to Michigan.
That's what's up.
So we lived there for a little bit, and now we have a spot which you visited. Right,
Yeah.
you visited right when we moved in.
Mhm.
Yeah,
It's super nice spot, man.
Yeah.
Super cool area. I like Michigan a lot. I think it's fucking awesome.
yeah, yeah.
Like, what did Peekaboo going back to Michigan kind of also influence you a little bit?
Did he move back before me? I don't know. Like, it was. I mean, all of our friends that were originally from Michigan, because we moved out there with a squad of like 5. We all moved back at the same time.
Oh, wow.
So it was kind of like a consensus. Like, after a minute, Matt was, I think, the first one that left. And we were, it just felt like, like next chapter. Like, and I think quarantine was honestly the main reason for that. More than anything.
What's the point of being in LA if you can't get to do LA things?
Yeah, and like just. It was all just like the bottled up, like you're just in that house and you can't really go and, like you said, do LA things. So you just wanted to see something new. And quarantine was like, normally I wouldn't have thought it was a perfect time to move back, but it actually ended up being the perfect time to move back. I wasn't touring. I wasn't doing anything. I had just gotten off the Ascension tour and like, it was perfect timing for me. So yeah, it made sense.
Yeah. And LA still ain't 100% back to normal anyway. So just like,
no, it's not. I mean, it's like always going to be the epicenter of a problem.
Yeah.
Like, LA and New York, like for anything like pandemic related, seems like those 2 cities flare up the most just because of the population.
Well, it is crazy because for a while it seemed like LA was kind of like the hub of the scene. Right?
Yeah.
There was that thought that a lot of young producers had, like, I need to go to LA and go to Icon Collective or just go to LA. And there was that thought for the longest time.
It was.
There really was that thought.
There was a lot of influence that came out of that. Like, I mean, for me, it was like, and it wasn't like Nightmare, Slander, Jaws, like all those cats went there. And I was like, yo, this would be a great, like a great option for me. Like
I had the thought too, bro.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I looked into it.
See, I would recommend if you go into Icon with the right mentality, it's definitely been, like I've seen people walk in the door and absolutely waste their time and money. But if you go in there and like you just put your head down and work and like learn things in the cracks, like I would recommend it to the world's best producer. Like
Really?
It's like you can learn, like if you take full advantage of it, it's just such a great resource. Like I still have like the same connections that I made with Icon. I still utilize them to this day.
Yeah.
So
That's what's up. Yeah. Where like, was it a lot of the value you got from it? Was it a lot of like from the network and connections you made, or was a lot of it just the information you got from learning how to produce and stuff?
both. So one of the biggest, like the 2 like biggest resources that I got, aside from learning everything, like I got to meet people like as talented as Effin there. Like he's one of the most talented producers that I know. So like meeting people like that and collaborating with people like that, it really helps. But some of the biggest resources I have is I work with Cashmere, on the Sounds of Cashmere sample packs on Splice.
Yeah.
So we like just being able to meet him, and he's helped me a lot like with my creative process, and being a part of those packs is like unreal. It was like, it's still to this day probably the coolest musical experience I've ever had, is just working on those sample packs.
Really?
Yeah, it's like
Y'all were just making like one shots and shit, huh?
No, man, he's without a doubt the best producer I've ever met in my life, without a doubt.
What was he getting other producers for? For like a sample pack, like explain that. Like, what is
because it's so big, and and he's also very like he likes the I think he likes the collaborative process more than anything. Like he gave me credits. Like he released this whole statement that like included my name in the credits. It was like, that's super dope. It's like, and honestly, like he's doing most of the hard work when it came to the sample pack creation. Like he's doing like the crazy complex loop, like that song Taki Taki that blew up. That main loop in that song is him. He made that loop. And like just all the really, really high quality stuff that you hear in that pack, it's usually coming from his mind, because he's just got one of the biggest brains musically that I've ever met. Definitely the biggest. He's insane.
That's awesome.
So talented. And then beyond that, I just got like a studio job out there. I was telling you a little bit about that earlier.
Yeah, were you just engineering, or like what was that? Just like just sitting in with like, was it like a lot of rappers or stuff, or like what was that? What was that?
Yeah,
like?
Mostly rappers. And I was doing everything, a little bit of everything: producing, mixing, recording. Mostly recording. And like the post processing on vocals. A lot of the time, it would be like, hey, we already have the instrumental. They bring it in, and I work on it, and give them a finished product.
Mix it down, master it. What were you ever kind of like, hey, how do y'all feel about dubstep? Did you ever try flexing that?
It's funny. Like, I usually didn't bring up what I did because, and the only reason I didn't is because I didn't want them. I love hip hop. I love pop music. I write it. My buddy Isaac that did that Right About Now track with me about a year ago. He just put out a record today that I produced, recorded, and mixed. And so I love being in that world. And the only reason I didn't bring up like the Sully project and like electronic music is because I didn't want them to feel uncomfortable in any way. I feel like that's a very important part of the recording and the process. They want to feel comfortable, and like I don't even want to like, not that it's a big deal to me, but to them maybe I would want them to feel as comfortable as possible. So if they just come in, they think, hey, I'm all right, you're shaking.
I disagree, bro.
Dude,
you make
I also wasn't Sully yet when I had this job. I was not Sully yet.
All right.
I didn't have the project off the ground, so I didn't have anything to promote.
Yeah.
First of all, but at that time, I just wanted the client experience to be as comfortable as possible. Now, now I'm curious what your 2 cents
Dude,
are.
you make them as uncomfortable as possible because a lot of times uncomfortability pushes you to be better and to make better art or to just be stronger.
Yeah.
So you make them uncomfortable, Sully. You say, yo, dude, I'm the best fucking goddamn producer of dubstep. You boys like dubstep? No, you're about to.
We're making dubstep
We're
today.
about to. This beat you have sucks, dude. Where the wubs at, bitch?
It was so funny whenever somebody would. I had one guy in the whole time I was there that made like electronic music.
Word.
And he like, it was like very, 2012 big room, like Jersey Shore, like vibe.
Oh yeah.
I wasn't into it, but it, like that. I think that like out of all the clients I had, I think he was the only one that even scratched the surface of electronic.
You know what's really funny about that genre? That's the only genre like that like timeline of dubstep, like early Flux, early Datsick, early Skrillex, like that sound is like the only thing they use in commercials. Like
it's just like complexion. I know exactly what you're talking about. No, it's the kind of thing that you would hear in Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
Yeah.
Like they're going, like they're getting in the car and like they're going somewhere and like all of a sudden it's just like this. It just sounds like one of those loops that you'd get off an old Vengeance pack, and it's just dropped in.
Yeah,
and I'm like, it serves a purpose.
That is the only ones they're still using. Now, I will say, Apple did use that new Red song, and it worked out amazing.
So sick.
That's the first time I heard a modern like dubstep tune in a commercial. But it's always that old era of dubstep.
Yep. No, and because I feel like. If let's say you're running the ad for this commercial and you're not extremely well educated in what dubstep exactly is or like bass music is, that's the first thing that pops into your head because artists like Skrillex kind of help that commercialization process. So it's like, that's like the first kind of sound that they hear in their head and they're like, oh, let's go to this sync library and, find the first thing that sounds like that. And that's usually what it probably ends up sounding like.
True. But then you go and watch that new commercial where they have that Rez song. Yeah. I remember the first time I saw that commercial was before the song even came out. They had that commercial going before the song came out. You know what commercial I'm talking about, right?
No, it's the Death Pack too. The one with Death Pack.
Dude, when I saw that commercial, I was fucking bobbing I couldn't help it. I was like, yo, this commercial
such
is
a sick
hard,
song.
bro.
It made me like I didn't even know about the song. It made me start playing it. Really? Yeah.
How'd you get it? Because it wasn't even out yet. You fucking...
No, I didn't. Like, afterward.
Okay, word.
Yeah. It wasn't out yet?
No, dude, no, it wasn't out.
I'm over here like...
You're like, fuck, did I rip it?
No. No, I just remember, like, I remember playing it because of that commercial. Like, it's such a dope song. But that's cool. I feel like that's a push in the right direction, hopefully.
Yeah.
You know, it'd be kind of cool if if Strawberries got on like a strawberry yogurt commercial or something.
Dude, I think they need to use trailer park shit for like some type of country music, like a country like movie, like whether it's like country movie or like they're in a trailer park, play trailer park shit, like. Dude,
like a Western type movie?
Dude, they were using my songs too over there in Jacksonville Jaguar Stadium. I saw that. Yeah, it's the DJ.
That was
there.
like the coolest shit ever.
Yeah,
I didn't even know about it until you get those BMI statements.
Yeah.
And I was like, why am I even getting paid anything right now? Because it's usually jack shit. And I was like, scrolling down, I'm like, Jacksonville Jaguars. Like, that's not right. And then sure enough, I tweet it, and the guy that DJs the events, he's like, yo, dude, I've been playing right about now, and Doug Hummus at the games and stuff, or something like that. And I was like, that's what's up, man.
Yeah.
Like, anytime you need my plates, let me know.
Yeah, that's what's up. He sent me a video one day too of him playing Something for Your Mind in Jacksonville. And I was like, sick. Yeah.
That's so cool.
I like that. I not to like flex or anything, but like I made the intro song for the Chiefs.
Really?
For their 2018 season. Every song for their home game that they ran onto the field to, it was the song I produced for them.
How did you get that gig?
Fucking so much luck, dude.
Really?
So like, it was originally like I did ghost production for this guy, and they reached out to him. It was for like a remix that he did, and they liked some of the sounds that he was using in the remix, like the kind of style.
Yeah.
And they reached out to him about it, and like, he didn't have to be honest. He could have honestly like got me to ghost produced it, but he was like, hey, what you liked about it was this guy. So they contacted me.
That's pretty cool.
It was cool. So like they reached out to like a bunch of producers, and they originally wanted it at something for the preseason. And they reached out to us. I made it, and then they liked it so much they used it for the regular season. And I was like, let's go.
That's insane.
So
that's awesome.
I want to do that for the Saints so bad.
That would be a full circle moment for you.
Yeah.
Like, that'd be a really full circle moment.
You can make a song for the Lions just so they can go 4-16 again or 4-12 again. You know,
I've always been, but no, I'm not even gonna say that because I've always been fucking hopeful for the Lions.
Yeah,
but like, you know,
all you can be is hopeful.
Yeah, like all I can do is root for them. Same, like, dude, Detroit sports used to be like so incredible. Like, and it's still like I still get excited going to games. Don't get me wrong, but like. Going like back in 04-05 watching the Pistons, like I'll never forget when I was probably in like third grade and going and watching that squad, like Rasheed Wallace, Ben Wallace, Tayshaun Prince, Chauncey Billups, like watching those five like have the seasons that they did was just the coolest thing ever. And then back in the mid 2000s to 2010s, the Tigers were incredible. The Wings have always had these like random spurts where they're crazy good. It's just the Lions.
The Lions, man.
Well, we were like, they had Barry Sanders back in the 90s, I think it was. And that was like I think they went to the AFC or NFC, AFC, I can't remember. But they went to the divisional championship once, I think. And that's it.
Y'all have been shit ever since the fucking Megatron curse. Yeah, but dude, I will say so.
Yeah.
I like y'all's coach, dude, because he was our assistant coach here in New Orleans for a long time.
I didn't know that.
Dan Campbell, dude.
Yeah,
he's Motor City Dan Campbell.
Okay.
He's like, we're gonna fucking jam it down their throats, and if they get back up, we'll jam it down their throats again. The press conference he gave for the Lions whenever he got hired for the job was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
If you want to get pumped up, he's like, we're gonna fucking bite their necks, and you're just like, yo, dude, welcome to the city.
This guy's a rabid beast.
Yeah. He's like,
honestly, maybe we needed something like that.
He's fucking jacked up too. He was a linebacker.
Yeah. You can tell.
He was. You
can tell.
And it was great. So like the game, I remember y'all got so close to beating a game, winning. It was the Ravens whenever they broke the record for the longest game.
Dude,
It was, dude, honestly, I gained a lot of respect for Dan Campbell because in the press conference, he was bawling his eyes out because he was like, these guys just fought so hard. I'm so proud of these guys. And for us to work this hard and not get the win, it just hurts. And I was like, damn, bro, he's feeling it for his players.
Yeah,
I liked that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's, after watching this season, like I'm hopeful because we need that kind of energy. Like the Lions, like I don't know how closely you've ever followed them, but they've always like, especially when we had Stafford and Calvin, like there was always this comeback thing that we would do. Like we'd come back from like 21 points down or something and then blow it.
Still lose.
Still lose somehow. But like I'm like, why don't we? And I get like, you know, fitness is always an aspect of this, but like play this this no huddle offense the entire game. Play this fast tempo offense the entire game. Like we're Detroit, we're blue collar.
Easy to say that, bro. It's so easy to say that.
But I'm telling you, like if there was a way to adapt to it, and I'm no football coach, I don't know, but like it's like I feel like the Lions like need some kind of spark like that.
Think about it.
I think Dan Campbell has that.
Think about it in a DJ set.
Yeah.
Like imagine playing the hardest fucking songs. Like think about your most hype songs in your sets. Imagine that level of energy for a whole hour.
That's actually a good analogy.
It's a great analogy because it's not going to work.
Yeah, it's not going to work.
It's not going to work. The crowd's going to be tired.
I didn't think about that.
You're going to be forcing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everyone, and it's just, and then the quality of the show and the vibes are off.
Yeah. Speaking of which, that actually like just made me think. Just like because you just got off tour with Martin, and I don't know if you've ever noticed, but he's like one of the craziest DJs ever.
Slams
like
it.
so the way
quick.
he's he goes so fast and like it's so convincing the entire time. And now I've seen you play like quite a few times now, but like it seems like you're more of a like I'm gonna let this track breathe kind of thing. Like I want to like I'm gonna which I think is like. I'm like, I feel like I'm somewhere in between that, but it's like, there's like, it's crazy how talented Martin is to be able to do that in such a convincing way.
Oh, yeah, and play like 100 tracks.
It's insane. But like, I'm also like, I'm not overwhelmed when he does it.
Well, no, because he's the fucking man.
Right, I know. Yeah. I'm sitting here watching. I'm like, how does he even like think that fast? Like load up the song like in that 15 to 30 second like time interval and then get the next one going. It's so impressive to me.
Yeah, dude. I mean, so he brought me up at Thunderdome to play two of my songs.
Yeah.
And he was just like, yeah, we're gonna play 2 of your new tracks from your album. I was like, sick. Dude, the songs were over in like 40 seconds, dude. It was like...
Dude, he brought me up at Lost Lands and did the exact... I think I was on stage for 45 seconds and played 3 of my songs.
Yeah, I was like, holy shit, dude. Yeah. It was like... It went by so quick.
Dude, yeah.
Because, I mean, when you bring me out to play 2 songs, I'm like, cool, that's like, maybe 2 minutes of,
Right.
No.
Yeah.
No. 40 seconds. 45 seconds, yeah.
It's crazy. Yeah, it's like, all right, I'll get like I'll be able to dance around for a couple minutes.
And he's good at that,
Talk
man.
to the crowd, and it's like, oh, nope, see you later.
But think about how much music you'd go through, like, right. So Martin plays all the big festivals, he's busy.
Yeah.
But the thing is, he's playing at these festivals and also at these cities. A lot of people are going to see him multiple times in a year.
Yeah.
When you're playing 100 songs in a set, you run through some songs quick that you won't play again.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You have to, or else you're going to just play a lot of the same shit.
Yeah. I'm wondering, like, I've always wondered how he, like, organizes that. Not only, like, in Record Box or whatever, and software, but how do you even organize that in your brain? And, it's impressive. And that's why he's,
Well, like, he would spend, like, every day working on his set on the tour. Be like, I'm working on my set. I'm like... I'm chilling.
Yeah.
I'm chilling, dude. I'm not even. Yeah. But when you're going through 100 songs in like an hour, 15 or an hour, or whatever it is, you gotta fucking do that.
Well, there's also, and I respect that he does that, because there's also probably some fans that are following him, going from stop to
Without a doubt.
Because when I was on the Ascension tour with him, I met a couple that. Actually, a few couples that followed him on 3 or more dates, and they were all, like, I ran into them a couple times, and in the crowd, and it's like every time they're just as impressed, and it's like, I don't know, it just takes a master to do something like that.
So I met the squad on the Balance tour, and actually I don't want to say I met them because I wasn't supposed to meet any people because it was socially distanced. So I may or may not have met this squad.
Gotcha.
Who came to 3 of the shows, and I switched it up every time, and Martin did as well. But it was just like I saw them, and they even reached out after the show. They're like, dude, it was so great. Everyone fucking switched it up every time.
Yeah.
So
it's important. I mean, it's like I get both sides of it, because it's like you want to, like, I mean, and I don't even know if Anderson, right?
Andy Anderson. I call him Mercy. You call him Mercy. Yeah.
Like he was, if I'm not mistaken, was he doing something based on his album?
Yeah.
So it's like something like that. It's like I totally understand if you were to, like, not because I don't even know if he did change it up every time, but even if that were the case, if it's something curated like an album, that I totally get, like the fluidity of, you know, giving the same experience every night, because you're telling a story from start to finish.
Yeah, his was more based around something like that too.
Yeah.
He had a couple different ones that he would play out, but yeah, like it was kind of like that as well. But yeah, when I met, it's so good, dude.
It's so good,
so fucking good. But whenever I met that squad, and they were like, "Yeah, we'll see you tomorrow." Whenever I didn't meet that squad, like, "Yeah, we'll see you tomorrow at the show." I'm like, "Oh shit, I gotta switch it up." I was like, "Oh fuck, I can't."
You're like, oh, "Fuck, man, I gotta start at like." Even if you start like halfway through your set list and then you like wrap back around, so that the middle is the end or something like that. It's like you feel this like need in your bones to like, fuck, man, there's like these 3 people in the crowd, but even though there's 1,500 new ones, there's these 3 people that will know that I played the same goddamn thing.
And you'll think, you're right, dude. You think about that shit, dude. You totally do. Because I do. I'm like, oh, dude, those 3 people. Because it was 4 of them. But I was like, those four folk, dude.
Yep.
They're gonna judge.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to get judged.
Yeah. Well, it's just also like the negativity is a lot louder than the positivity.
Yes,
on
is.
social media. It's like, you know, and that's like I'm grateful for the people that I have around me, because I feel like I've become better at tuning stuff that, you know, you might not want to see or hear out. But it's also like inevitable that if you see something negative, it might ruin your day. You know what I mean? And it's just, you know, and I know that's just, these people probably just loved your set and whatnot, but it is a topic, you know?
Dude, I have some times where it makes my day.
Yeah, well,
or someone's like a total hater.
Yeah, you gotta. I applaud you for that, man. Because
no, don't get me wrong. There's some times where I'm like, man, it don't ruin my day, but I'm like, man, fuck you. Yeah. I'm like, I bet you won't say that to my face.
Yeah.
Say it to my teeth. No, I don't say that, but like, I sometimes I'm like, man, you honestly didn't even have to say that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And also, so sometimes I'm like, pussy, and put the phone down.
You'll quote tweet it.
Oh yeah, yeah, I will. I don't.
Yeah.
Whenever someone's pissed off about something that is just hilarious.
Yeah.
I love it. Where they're like mad about it. Dude, I had someone the other day. It was like the post I put out, the muzzleloader joke. I'm like, what do you call it when you put drugs in your penis? Muzzleloading.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Oh yeah. So you know we have boofing, which is shoving drugs in your asshole.
Oh, okay.
What do you call it when you shove drugs into your penis? Well, think about have you ever shot a muzzleloader?
No.
A muzzleloader is kind of like a musket. It's an old school gun.
Okay, old school gun.
Now you have to stuff. You have like a kind of
you have a thin.
You have to stuff that bitch into the barrel. So I call putting drugs into your penis muzzleloading, because I'd imagine it's a lot like loading a musket or a muzzleloader. So muzzleloads, bro.
It's a tight squeeze.
Yeah, you trying to muzzleload, boy?
Yeah, it's a tight
But anyway,
squeeze.
this girl was like, I loved your set, but this was not okay. How can you make joke? Can we normalize not talking or making jokes about drugs or any? And she was upset about I did dick jokes too. I'm like, how about you quit trying to normalize comedy? How about shut up? How about that?
Yeah.
How about take it? Hey, he's joking.
Is that difficult to balance the artist project with the? I mean, it's maybe it's not because it's who you are, but is it difficult to balance the comedic side of you with the artist project?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
It's not all the time, but sometimes it is. It's kind of like, or like I'll say something and like somebody will get pissed off. I'm like, I'm obviously joking. And I'm not crossing the line here.
Yeah.
You know,
like even the joke's not
the
probably
line,
not crossing
me
the
talking
line.
about shoving drugs into my, I was talking about cock drugs.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm talking about cock drugs, y'all.
Well, it's also not possible.
Yeah,
Like-
right.
like,
It's
so-
hilarious. It's
yeah.
not. That's not crossing the line by any means.
No, I get you. Yeah.
And then there was this lady. I had this joke. I don't even want to tell the joke because I'm still telling it. The muzzler joke. I'm retiring it. But there's another joke I said about. It's basically about how my sister's a lesbian. It was like a joking about it. And she was like, how that's not okay. And I'm like, you're the. I've said this in front of thousands of people. You're the only one.
Yeah, you said it at the Mission Ballroom show.
I know. I said it the whole tour. I said it the whole tour.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about the entire tour. I said it. And then like there's this one lady in California. Go figure. It was upset about it, and I'm like, that was funny to me that she was a little upset. Like sometimes whenever people like hit me with some hate or like they're like this isn't okay, it's a little funny because I'm like, loosen up. You know, take a breath.
Yeah.
Chill.
Yeah.
And not everything's as serious as you think they are.
Yeah. I think it like, I don't know if like the pandemic and like people always just being absorbed into social media and like the toxicity that happens on there is what kind of is fueling that.
Yeah.
Because like I don't remember it ever being as bad as it is now. You know, like
I think it's coming back, bro. I think it's all. I think it's loosening up a lot more.
Yeah.
I'm hearing like a lot more shit fly.
Yeah.
And like because everyone knows, hey,
Yeah.
life isn't so serious.
Yeah.
Yeah. This isn't. We're not the fucking. Why so serious? Dude?
Right.
For real.
Speaking of the the balance between the Taboo project and comedy. So you told me in the car you have another album coming up.
Yeah. Didn't I send it to you?
Yeah, you did, and
You didn't even finish it.
Oh no, because it was so good. No, yeah, I did listen to it.
You listened to the whole thing?
Yeah, I did.
Word.
I loved it, man.
Cool.
I
I loved your EP, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah, your EP is fucking phenomenal.
It's coming out soon.
Yeah, I'm actually opening up my set tomorrow with what's that one? It's like
Encrypted.
Yeah.
Encrypted.
That one's nasty.
Yeah, it's the title track.
Yeah.
That one. So funny story about that one. Our good manager Loper.
Yeah.
I submitted.
Who was the
EP.
worst?
Yeah. I submitted my EP. This was. I mean, I submitted it a couple months ago now, and the night, like, I sent them, him and Chloe, like, hey, this is what I'm thinking. Like, check these songs out. You think these like gel well together? And Loper hits me back in the same day. And he's like, these are good. I think these two are kind of in the same box. Like, I feel like you need something that's a little bit heavier and like a little bit more aggressive on there. I'm like, oh, okay. So I stayed up until 8 o'clock and I wrote Encrypted.
Wow.
8 o'clock in the morning. It was one of those things where it
the
started
idea.
with that initial sound like that you hear in the song. And I was like, okay, there's something here. It's like such a cool, like, attention grabbing sound. And I just went with it and, wrote from maybe it was one of those songs. I was listening to your podcast with Mersive, and it was like one of those that the main idea comes together so quick and you don't want to put it down, that kind of thing. So I think the whole thing was mixed and recorded mixed and produced. The next day I sent it back to Loper. I'm like, hey, I stayed up the entire night. Like, hey, what about this one? And he's like just waking up at 6 a.m. He's like, yeah, this will work. And I'm like,
sick. Yeah, that track's nasty, bro. How long did it take me to make that EP?
Well, Deeper, the one with the vocalist, that song is 4 years old.
Yeah, I remember you were working on it whenever I was at your house.
Yep. Yeah.
Like a year ago.
So that song is finally done, and the vocalist, like, it was just this big mess of, like, the vocalist is really talented, but she moved on the other side of the world. She lived in Australia. So getting her in the same room was difficult for a while. And then on top of that, like, I think she blew out her vocal cords, and then her vocal tonality changed.
Fuck.
So it was this big process of, this is kind of funny. I like keep burping, so I'm wondering if people are going to pick up on my burps ASMR into the microphone, which would be kind of hot.
I just learned what ASMR is, so but yeah, so I get that.
You watching Twitch channels?
Oh, dude. Oh my god. I'll stay up till how you stayed up 8 in the morning fucking writing a song. I'll stay up till 8 in the morning fucking playing with my dong. Dude.
Oh boy. Anyway, so it was just like this. Fuck, man. It was just this thing, like where we had to like keep going back and forth trying to get her into the States and like record, and then she eventually moved back to Nashville. But her vocal cords were blown out, like I said. So it was this big, long process of blending her old vocal tone with her new vocal tone. So I think, like there is phrases of her vocal like chopped everywhere.
Wow.
And I also have to give a huge shout out to my former roommate, Nate. He like laid down all the guitars. He helped write some of the lyrics and did some of the vocal mixing. He's just incredible. So big shout out to him. It's just been a very long process. It's been 4 years. So
fuck. Yeah,
man. But I'm excited. It's finally coming out. And then there's the tune with Tate B on there.
I love that one.
One of my he's
killing it.
He's playing in New Orleans tomorrow with me.
I wish I want to meet him, man. I wish I could. So tomorrow, let him know, be like, hey, man.
Yeah.
TVBOO loves you, and he wishes he could.
I'm sure he's gonna be back real soon. Like he's. I'm so happy he's popping off. Like oddly enough, I mentored Burke during quarantine.
Wow. Before
he was I think this was prior to him doing all the incredible remixes that he had. But even in our mentor session, I was like, dude, what your shit's fire as fuck.
I had some
I don't
even
think I helped him with anything. He was just really, really good. Then next thing I know, popping off everywhere with these killer remixes, and his originals are really good too.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
Massive shout out to him. He's
massive,
he's
man.
Awesome.
I wanna I wish I could see the show tomorrow, but
yeah,
it is what it is.
Yeah.
I'll be going.
I hear they go late here.
Oh yeah.
Michael was telling me that I probably won't go on until like 1:30.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Yeah. I probably won't go until like 1:30.
I'm ready for it.
Dude, we announced the
vitamins.
We announced the back-to-back with SFAM.
Mm-hmm.
After we're closing the night. We're playing After Liquid.
I saw that.
Which will be hard set to follow, just because, like you said, he fucking smashes it quick. And me and SFAM boys are gonna get a little weird with it, but we don't go on stage till 3.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the festival probably doesn't end until like 11.
Until
yeah.
11. Well, usually nightclubs here don't even open up till 11. Like shows don't even open.
So doors tomorrow probably won't be until 11.
Yeah, probably that. Yeah.
Okay, that's kind of cool. I mean, everything closes at 2 in Detroit except like underground warehouses and stuff.
Bro, I've had some nights. I've had some nights on like a Tuesday.
Yeah.
Where I got home at 7 a.m.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding.
That's fun though.
It's a fun town.
That's part of the experience.
It's a fun town.
I'm here for it. Like, hopefully I don't sleep on tomorrow,
Dude, yeah. This past morning crawl, it was literally there's like I just going to bed at like 6 or 7. Yeah, it's a fun town.
Yeah. Aren't you an early bird normally though?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm a morning producer too.
I'm a morning producer. I'm a morning person.
It can fluctuate here and there based on what happened over the weekend, but like I like getting up. I like my day I like to clock out by 5 or 6. I don't know about
same,
you.
Dude.
I want to enjoy time with my girlfriend when I can, and I'm not always the best at it. I'm getting like way better at it.
You're a bad boyfriend or what?
No. She works until 5. Come on now.
Gotcha.
No, but and then also on the weekends, the only time I produce on if there's really nothing going on. But I like to hang out with my goddaughter and spend time with family and whatnot, because I feel like that is important to fuel what happens during the week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude. I need some outdoors in my life right now. I've noticed that this week. I'm like, I need some more outdoors in my life right now.
I saw on your board, it was
I need to reevaluate. So I wouldn't even look at
cardio, walk, and
yeah, I wouldn't look at those goals. A lot of it's reevaluation stuff. So like a lot of them, I mean, it's just like that board's a mess.
It's amazing what that will do though, because I remember talking to you about it when you came and visited, like when you were writing your comedy album.
Yeah.
And that was like number 1 on your board.
Yeah,
and
it was.
Like, I am finished. You're like, you told me, because I listened, I don't know if it was completely done. I'm sure you changed some stuff between the time I listened to it and you released it, because that was a whole year.
Yeah.
But there, like, you're just like, I am getting this done before the end of the year.
Same with this album I just finished. I had a finish date December the 31st. I said I have to finish this before December.
Yeah.
Like it was like dude, it was so great. Like having that goal, like dude, that goal board, just having that changed my fucking life, dude. I'm not kidding, but like having that thing, you know what you got to do every day. Like you're not going into the studio like. Dude, whenever I finished the comedy record, I was kind of lost, like music-wise. I was writing songs, but what was I writing them for?
Yeah.
I was just writing songs to write songs, and nothing was really like sticking with me, or it didn't feel meaningful.
Yeah.
And I was kind of lost for like months. I was still writing, but like nothing was making sense. And then I was talking with Loper. And he was like, we were talking about doing another album, like an actual album, like not a comedy album, an album.
Yeah.
And bro, once I had the vision for the album, what I knew I wanted to do, I knocked out 13 songs in 4 months.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like hardcore. Like it was just like I had the vision. Every day I got in, all right, this is what type of song I'm gonna want them out. Like it was like
it's a very on brand album too, because like I noticed like with some of it, it's still like a little satirical.
Yeah.
Like with what you do, like with like it's not like the comedy album, like you're saying, but there's this comedy taboo still embedded
here and there, but I do feel like the album is the most mature thing I've ever done.
It's really good, man.
There's some songs on there that's just like mature, but then there's also like some songs on there that you're just like, this is stupid.
My favorite one is the super minimal one that's like boom, like I can't remember the name of it. It's like boom, 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 boom. You've been playing...
Back Road Flow.
Yeah, that one, dude. That one is sick.
I like
that's what I was gonna ask, is how like I brought up your album very briefly a couple minutes ago.
And then you notice how I switched it on you, bro.
Yeah, you did switch it on me.
I'm good at that, dude.
But I was wondering how long you were working on that.
About 4 months.
Yeah.
4 months, and
it's quick, man.
Fucking nailed it out.
I'm a slower writer.
Dude, when the thing is, I write all this. I have a really, really good work schedule and work ethic. So when I've been home for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Wrote 5 songs.
That's sick.
But I also didn't write a whole song for a month. You know what I'm saying? While I was on the tour,
it balances out.
Yeah, but like
it goes in waves for me. It's like I make a lot of ideas.
Yeah.
Like I'm really good at making ideas. But the finishing process for me is. I'm like one of those producers that will start something new every day and not finish what I should be finishing.
Gotcha. There's nothing wrong with that either.
I don't think I think it keeps the juices flowing and keeps things fresh.
But always having something to go back and work on.
But it makes me a really bad collaborator over the internet. Really, really bad.
I don't know, our collaboration came together really quick.
Because I couldn't finish. Remember, I couldn't finish it.
Oh yeah.
I was like, I can't finish, Mitch. I need you to help me.
Speaking of, we got to figure out something to do with that fucking collab, dude. It's such a hard. The collab's so dope. We got to figure out something.
I play it every show.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I don't play it every show, but I played it a bunch.
Yeah.
But like, it's a fucking every time I play it, everyone's like,
I only play your drop.
Really?
Yeah.
You're over your drop.
So
you only play your drop. Actually, I haven't edited.
My drop is 4 years old.
Fuck. It's still hard, bro.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
It's still hard.
It's funny that tune is like the first one. Like when I was, I put out my first song, Frequency Shift.
Yeah.
That was in the first batch of tunes that I sent Loper and Martin, and that was the first song that I heard being played by a DJ live.
Oh wow!
I was like, but it was just it's funny. Like before you hopped on it, it was just a Carnage song. Like believe it or not, I used like Gravedigger, you know Gravedigger?
Yeah, you were using that build.
Yeah, I was using the build from that song, and it just went into the pre-drop vocal and the drop, and that was it. But Martin was rinsing it like every show, and I'm like, dude, this is so cool. But I never could finish it, and then sure enough, I sent it to you, and you literally sent it back in a couple days.
Listen, dude, I'm really good at finishing you off.
Yeah.
So we can.
That's what I was like alley-ooping you with that joke earlier. I was like, I need you to finish for me.
Oh, dude, I'll finish for you. We'll finish together, dude. Listen, actually, you'll finish first, and I'll make sure you finish a couple times, and then I'll finish whenever you're good. Because I'm a fucking gentleman.
Yeah.
So like, I'm a goddamn gentleman. This has been great, by the way, dude.
Fun, dude.
Yeah, I love you, man. Let's get to some questions, bro. Almost had an hour, and I want us to go eat some crawfish, bro.
Okay.
So let's check this out.
Let's do it.
Hey, this is Brandon calling from Northwest Chicago suburbs.
Let's try it out.
Hey, this is Brandon calling from Northwest Chicago suburbs.
What's up, Brandon?
So I got Sully on the pod this week, and my favorite song by the man is Duck Hummus. So my question is, what's your thoughts on duck? What's your thoughts on hummus? And did you have it together? TVBOO, you've been killing it. When you were in Chicago last time, saw you on stage just in your underwear.
That's how most people find you.
And hoping to see Sully here soon. Keep killing it, boys. Thank you.
Yeah, dude. Have you had duck?
Yes. Once.
I love duck.
I've had hummus a lot.
Yeah.
So I did explain the story about how duck hummus became a thing, because it's, I mean, you look at the song and it's like the dumbest title ever. But I think that's part of the reason why it actually did so well. It's debatably my biggest song.
Dude, sometimes dumb songs, dude, my biggest songs are dumb. So Strawberries, stupid.
What's the Bookworm?
Bookworm. That one's not stupid. It's not. That one's not stupid. Yeah.
It's a great title.
Scrawdaddy's a dumb song.
I love it though.
It's fun.
It's cool.
It's just fun. That's what it's saying. So duck hummus is dumb but fun.
Yeah. The story behind it is, so there's shout out to my buddy Connor Prey. So there was a group of fans, and they're all like Connor's, I don't know if they're high school buddies or college buddies, or I can't remember exactly, but they always, like, they were not bothering, but they were asking me and TVBOO to make a song and name it Duck Hummus. And it was just like how they described like weird bass music. Like they called it hummus, and they're like, dude, name a song Duck Hummus. And, you know, Matt always said no. And then they started asking me, and I was like, no, like, I'm not, like, it's just like the most ridiculous title I've ever heard out loud. And then I was on the Ascension tour, and I wrote Duck Hummus in the green room of the Orange Peel.
Nice.
That was where I wrote it. And, I was like listening to it, and like there's the part in the song, like it's like in the B section of both drops. It, like, I was listening to it, I'm like, damn, this like kind of sounds like a duck quacking, but it's like dubstep at the same time. Yeah. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna name the project file Duck Hummus. And then in the back of my mind, I'm like, I'm not naming the song Duck Hummus. Like, there's no way I'm doing that. But sure as shit, time to release it. The song was like there was videos all over the place of me playing it. And like it was doing pretty well, and I was like, all right, I guess I'm calling it Duck Hummus. Like, I don't got another idea for this. There's no pre-drop vocal. There's no like theme to this. The only theme I could think of was like, this song kind of quacks a little bit. So I was like,
that song quacks.
Yeah, I was like, this song kind of quacks a little bit.
That's a good way to say it, for like it slaps or like it spanks, bro. That shit quacks.
Yeah, shit quacks.
I like that, bro. We should start that, make it a thing.
So that's how it happened.
I had a fan name a song one time. It's actually one of the song titles on the album.
Which one?
Bukkake Bounce.
That's a good one.
I was doing a live stream. I just finished it, and I was like, all right, y'all, what are we naming the song? And I was like, whichever one has the best song title gets it. And so I said Bukkake Bounce. I'm like, that's fucking hilarious.
Was that like an Instagram Live?
Yeah. Yeah. So it's just like there were some good ones in there. Yeah. Do you have a fucking note on my phone with just the most ridiculous song titles? I finished a song yesterday.
Yeah.
I didn't know what to name it, so I just went on there and I was like, oh, Gummer Hummer. That's what Gummer Hummer. I don't know. Gummer Hummer is when you get a blowjob from a lady or a person or a man, who knows, from an individual with no teeth. Get that Gummer Hummer, son.
Oh boy.
All right, let's keep it going.
Howdy, boys. It's Jesus Christ calling up here from Wisconsin.
What's up,
Just
Dustin?
Wanted to give you and Jack a quick shout out here.
I don't know why he called you Jack.
Quick question for Jack. What is
I don't know.
your favorite kind of cake, especially birthday cake? Now you just had a birthday. Are you
What's my birthday? So he knows who I am. My name's Chris, bro.
I'm from Wisconsin, so we go ice cream cake just because your cake's in the freeze anyway. And then my other question is, with both of you guys having releases with Wakan, did you guys listen to that kind of music before you started producing? And like, was that a big inspiration? So was that a really big deal when you finally had your first release on Wakan Records?
Mm-hmm. Cool.
I don't know why he calls you Jack, but shout out Dustin, aka
you
Jesus
can just call
Christ.
me Sully.
Yeah, I don't call you Chris by any means. I always call you Sully. Yeah, I love that guy. He's one of my favorite callers for sure.
calls in quite a bit.
Yeah, but he's also just a boy, dude. Like, he started out, like, we met with just him being like a fan, but now we're friends. Like, during football season, we'll sit there and text about games.
Oh, sick.
Whenever I was in Wisconsin, we had dinner and hung out. Like,
Nice.
he's become a friend. So,
Is it like Madison area? Or?
Yeah, Madison area.
Okay,
Yeah. So,
cool.
like, him and I've, like, started just... You know, you have some of this,
Bonding.
yeah, but
Yeah.
you have it's that's one of my favorite things about the scene is just some people that I meet like just on the road and they become friends. That like I said during football season, him and I are just texting like
That's sick. It's like it. Yeah, I mean, we were talking about this earlier, but just building a personable community within your project is like just so important. But yeah, my favorite. He asked what kind of my favorite cake.
Yeah,
cheesecake for sure with strawberry. Like, I mean, it's very basic of me, but it's without a doubt my favorite.
I like a good cream pie.
You know Chad. You know.
I know Chad.
Okay, you know Chad Smith. Yeah. Dude, he'll. Man, he had this obsession with cream pies, obsession with it, and he would just every single show like that we would go to, like Blunts and Blondes at the intersection. I played a show with him in Columbus. He would just bring like 8 cream pies.
We're thinking of different cream pies, but yeah, okay.
I know, but I know, but it's still I know, but I'm just going on about it. I'm trying to make it a little bit more PG. Why?
Oh, dude, not on this show.
I know.
Not on this show.
But it was his obsession with cream pies.
I love that.
Your obsession with cream pies.
Yeah, I'm obsessed. You know how you sit up till 8 working on music?
Yeah.
I stay up till 8.
Don't finish that. Anyway, did I listen to this kind of music before Wakan? No. Not like, because I also feel like, and the reason why I didn't listen to the weird as much. Well, okay, I take that back. It was like in 2017 when I like discovered like the more experimental side of bass music, I would say, 2016, because I saw Martin at Electric Forest. That was when I like kind of, everything before that was just more like dubstep for me. Like, not that it's not all under this big umbrella of bass music, but like your Skrillexes of the world, your Zomboys, your Eptic, like that kind of sound was what I always like resonated with in terms of bass music. And then I was introduced to this like weird experimental side that was also like super refreshing and cool. And I feel like, that was a little bit more recent than like some of these, these other older dubstep influences. I don't know if you would necessarily agree with that or not, but I feel like the experimental bass scene is a little bit more fresh than like
without a
newer
doubt.
than that.
Yeah, without
and it's
a doubt.
always changing too,
Always.
which is cool.
Yeah, I remember listening to Wakan almost 5 years ago. I think it was whenever I first found him. And I remember there was like Yeti, Toadface, Space Jesus, Liquid Stranger. It was like, I remember listening to it, the music, and I'm like, wow, this shit is so cool.
Yeah.
Like, this is so cool.
And refreshing.
Yeah, and I remember saying I'd love to release with them one day, but that's not something I was like trying to do.
Yeah.
It just happened.
Yeah.
Naturally.
Same.
Happened very natural.
Same. Yeah, that's, I mean, and also, I mean, like, it was interesting, like, being so close with Matt and Jake, because at 5 years ago, it was like right when I think Matt was starting the TVBOO project, and he got pretty involved in the Wakan community pretty immediately.
Yeah.
It was like his Imposters EP, I think it was, and then Jake shortly after was doing
G-Rex, for everyone who doesn't know. G-Rex and
G-Rex.
TVBOO, yeah.
He was doing his like one of his debut EPs, and Martin was on the Infinity tour at that time. And yeah, so it's like it's constantly changing, but it's like this community is also very young in this way too. So that's kind of a long extended answer, but
yeah. I don't remember. I think my first release was either with Jake or with DMVU. It's either Eat My Sass or Dweller, which was the first track, and it was cool.
Both good.
Yeah, both fun songs, but I it was like right before the pandemic was like whenever I got linked up with, like, had a release with them, but I wasn't really like a part of the family until like recent, I feel like.
Right. I remember like when we first met, like that was like we were talking about. I remember having a conversation with you about that. You're like, it was at Joy Theater.
Yeah.
And I remember we were talking about you like how you wanted to be, like you talking with Wakan, and you're like, this is what I want to be, like who I want to be with, and like grow my artist presence with.
Well, it's a blessing just because like they're great because they know what type of person I am. I say a lot of ridiculous shit. I'm just kind of a little wild. That like it turns some people away, and they're like, "Yeah, do you?" Which is great.
Yeah. Except like, it's funny because this is if you go to Loper's Twitter, it's like the only thing on his Twitter right now, like the most recent thing. It's a retweet of Martin about 5-6 years ago, probably around the time when we discovered him, and it was embrace what's unique about you.
Wow.
So that's pretty cool.
That's wild.
Yep.
That's wild. I love that.
Isn't it cool?
I love that.
Yeah.
All right, well, last one. Let's roll it.
Hey, Taboo. Hey, Sully. This is Jake. I want to say that I love both of y'all. Love all your work.
Love you, buddy.
Recently, I got an opportunity to get backstage at a show and get to see the way stuff there in the back works a little bit. My question for you guys both is, what is your guys' favorite way to experience a show? Is it back there with the artists and the other support people? Is it out in the crowd? Is it GA, VIP? As people who got into it because you love music, I want to hear how you guys choose to appreciate shows music these days. Thanks for your time. Love y'all.
Love you too,
Hell yeah,
buddy.
appreciate you, Jake. Love you too, brother. Yeah, but you go ahead.
I'm a GA guy.
Yeah?
I don't get me wrong. I see who I have to see backstage. I mingle and connect with if you're playing next or something, I want to hang out with you for a little bit. I want to hang out with my artist friends. But I like going and checking shit out.
Yeah.
Like especially at festivals.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, without doubt.
The whole Ascension tour, as soon as my set was done, I'd go and hang out by the merch booth and watch the other artists play. Like I was the first one. It's like, okay, what do I like? I want to watch and appreciate what's going on to achieve a higher level at someday, and like just appreciate what's going on. But I like mingling. I like getting out there.
I love mingling, man. That's my favorite part about shows too. I'll say it depends on the show.
Yeah.
It's like if my buddies are playing, I'm going to be backstage. Kind of like what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like if I'm going to see a band or any type of other show, like house show, I don't really care to be backstage. Like it just depends on the show. Majority of the time, I like being in the crowd.
Yeah.
Like
it's also changed with the pandemic too. So it's just like that's a whole different dynamic. Whereas like recently, I haven't been able feel like I haven't done it as much, just because I don't want to miss the next show,
Yeah.
But like Ascension tour is like, get me in there.
Oh, dude, I have been in the crowds, been like spit in my mouth. I don't
Yeah.
care if you have COVID. Spit in me.
in my mouth.
Spit in my mouth.
Spit in my mouth
Yeah,
right now.
that is me.
Yeah.
That's how I like to do my shows, dude. I like to get spit on.
Oh, that's good, man.
That's good, dude. But this has been fun.
Dude, we've been talking about this for a minute. So
yeah, we talked about this for a long time.
Yeah, it's
I told you I wanted us to be in person.
Great. Yeah, no, I mean it has to be, right?
Yeah.
Look at this.
It was better.
We're in our cozy log cabin over here, and we're just
with this real wood
talking about cream pies and dubstep.
Hey, amen to that, brother. Amen to that, dude. I'm fucking rock and roll all day, do that. But yeah, so what's next for Sully, man? What you got planned for the year? Tell people what you got planned.
Lots of music. I have a collab with Subdocta next week, and then in about a month or so, start rolling out my EP. I have a single coming out, and then the EP right after that, the one I'm talking about. And then I have 3 more EPs scheduled for this year.
Fuck.
Yeah.
You're rock and
all
rolling,
with
son.
singles and then repackaged into EP. So that's the plan right now.
Kick ass.
So,
I love it.
Lots of music. Yeah.
Well, everybody make sure to go check that out when it comes out. And like I said, I really appreciate you coming on today, dude.
Yeah.
It's been great. I love you as a producer, as a person.
Yeah, bro.
Love you too, I'm glad you flew in a day early so we could hang out.
Dude, yeah.
Smash some crawfish now.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for that.
Go hang
dude.
out with S-Fam, I guess.
But yeah, fuck whatever. Love your music, man. Love everything you're doing. Super excited for you and everything. So thank
Thanks,
you again.
brother.
So, and I appreciate you. I appreciate everybody listening to this week's episode of Talks with Taboo. I will see y'all next week. Peace.
Peace, y'all.